my trainer. Been a while since I last put out a video. I've been filming them, but just, yeah, none of them were quite interesting enough to be the video in their own. It's now British Champs this weekend, so we're sort of coming towards the end of the track season. I'm not racing the British Champs, so I'm nowhere near quick enough this year, but hopefully next year we can get the times down and try and get in the British Champs. In this video, I'm going to go over sort of the past couple of track races I've done, kind of what I've learned from it, and then how I'm sort of changing my training. I've basically got one, maybe two more races on the track this summer, but we're sort of looking ahead already towards towards cross country, sorry. And yeah, sort of how we're going to start building into the winter. The purpose of this channel was basically to document my races, but also sort of around the club scene of Highgate. Yeah, it's also just like a really useful tool to review my own races and look back on, because not only my own race, but I can sort of see how the winners ran it and how they were able to run the times they could. This season was all just about gaining further experience on the track. Before this year, I hadn't really run on the track at all. So it was all about just going to as many races as I could. So yeah, I ended up doing quite a few. They offered just like really valuable experience that hopefully next year I sort of know which races are good to go to and which races I can get in to sort of run a quick time. Yeah, so my preparation sort of going into the track season was essentially to use the base I built over the cross season. A lot of the guys at Highgate, we obviously prioritized those 12-stage relays in March and April. And then on top of that, our top guys were basically competing at London Marathon. With that sort of road focus, it means that transition period between winter cross season and the track is quite difficult to navigate. And I often found I was basically running a lot of the speed work sessions, preparing for the track by myself, which meant probably wasn't hitting quite the same quality that I'd like to, and that the guys at sort of Birmingham, Loughborough might be able to do in their training groups. But I think I still went into the track season with like a strong base that could definitely sort of perform. I missed Comeback 5000 because I was in Spain racing the Laredo 10K, taking the same approach as Emil Carres towards British 10,000 meter champs. But yeah, it wasn't the best race for me, but still like a pretty solid run out. I think on that day I probably could have gone a bit quicker, but hindsight. And then yeah, obviously looking at the times from comeback is sort of some of the mildest conditions that I've seen a race go in this year. So obviously want to be in that race next year, don't want to miss out on that PB train that everyone was on. Basically after Laredo, like I had a week or two of hard training, and then I went straight into Birmingham BMC 5000, where obviously I ran my sort of 5K PB, 14:06 clocking. So yeah, a really strong race. And then the following week I went back to Birmingham, and yeah, that was for the UK 10,000 meter champs, which was a race I'd rather forget. Essentially, I just like really struggled with, I think just on the day I felt really tired from the start, but perhaps maybe that sort of all out 5K the week before sort of maybe just took a bit of the adrenaline out of me, and yeah, I just couldn't quite perform. Essentially from that point I just decided to go all in on this track season and just get as much experience as possible. So following week I did a local South 1500, followed that up by doing the sort of MK 5000. Again, just really brutal conditions. It was during the heat wave, so we were running at 8 o'clock, but it was still super hot and pretty windy, so tough race. And then the following week did another 5,000 meters. That was the run at Highgate Harriers, and yeah, so that was the London 5,000, which I guess is a stand-in for the night of the 10,000 meter champs. I was hoping it was going to be a really good opportunity to run fast because I was putting the A race with, it was literally getting paced by Alex Yee and a bunch of other really quick guys like Phil Sessman, multiple Olympians. So yeah, I was hoping it was going to be a good one where I could sort of sit on the coattails, but then on the night, in classic Parliament Hill style, it was super windy. And then I knew it was going to be a tough race. When on the start line, they asked if the pacers wanted to drop down from 66s, what they had been asked to do, to sort of 68, which would have been sort of much more suited to me. And yeah, everyone put their hand up and basically said, no, we want to go with the quick pace of 13:45. And obviously, none of them could keep with it. That was the second pacer, and the winner on the night ran 14:46. So they were all just lying to themselves about how quick they thought they could run. And it basically meant in the race, they all went out hard and then just started blowing up. And I was sort of catching them each lap and had to do a bit of work on the front because they were just so far ahead. And then essentially every time I caught someone, they'd basically drop out because they knew their race was over and they weren't going to get a PB. But yeah, that was good fun racing with Pete Malloy again, same guy who dragged me around to a massive PB at Birmingham.
What happened? What do you feel?
Yeah, you know what? It was a lot more fun than last week. The atmosphere was great.
Yeah.
And I got to past halfway on the pace I wanted, and then I hit some wind. I lost people. I was on my own, and I just couldn't hold it. But I just tried to keep positive and enjoy the vibes. And yeah, tiny bit quicker than MK, but
still very strong race. Very strong.
I'm gonna have to have a few weeks away and then just come back.
Our first elite interview with the pro-oriented.
The guy who came fucking third last or whatever, but didn't drop out, so that's the main thing.
They count
the 200 meter point was an absolute graveyard. there was one lap with 3 guys. It was
the one that annoyed me was I just caught the back of him, been chasing him 2 laps. I catch him, he looks at me and he's like, I'm out. And he drops out, how are you? And then straight back in no man's land.
The thing is, it's so tempting in a 5k to drop, but the one thing worse than having a bad race is dropping out.
And the truth is, a 5k, it's horrible, but you can just
it's just a 5k.
You can just tap it out.
14 minutes, sorry, 14:35. You can get to the end, come on.
So yeah, so that was a tough race, but a great atmosphere. Following on from that, I basically kept training, and the next week I did the Watford BMC, also known as the Watford Diamond League. And in this race, by contrast to the week before, where I was in the A race with the elites, I was putting the C race with sort of all the under 20s, under 23 quick guys. And yeah, essentially I went with the pacers, bang on 66-second laps, which is 8:15 pace. In my head at the time, I hadn't done the calculation, and I thought I was riding the wave to an 8:10 pace. So yeah, a bit of a misjudgment on my side, but it wouldn't have made a difference. So I basically held pace all the way to the line and got 8:15 in that race, which was another big PB for me in the 3K, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, I thought I was running 8:10, so. Oh my God.
What was the time?
8:14, I think.
Nice.
So big PB,
Not bad.
10-second PB. Yeah, very happy.
Yeah.
Just on the final 800, my legs were completely dead. And honestly, after 6 races in 6 weeks, I think
no excuses.
that's probably what caught up with me.
That's good.
But still, 10-second PB.
Nice.
And that was basically the last track race I've done. I could feel on the last 2 laps that I had virtually no sprint by comparison to my first track race where I closed in a 62-second lap. I was then in a 3K struggling to close in a 66, 67. So I knew at that point I probably needed a little bit of a break. So yeah, since finishing that sort of block of track races, I've now just gone hard on the training, got the volume back up, got the S&C work going nicely in a good rhythm, pumping out some double threshold now properly, which is exciting, and already kind of looking ahead to cross-country season, although it is really early, so I can't get too ahead of myself. I've got one more confirmed track race, which is the Tootingbeck 3,000 meter at the BMC, and that's going to be hopefully a really good chance to sort of run low 8 is the aim. And I reckon with this rest sort of recovery period of no racing, it's definitely on the cards. So basically all guns blazing, training into that final track race. That's this video. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the recap of sort of these track races I've been doing. Yeah, moving forward, I think we got some exciting videos coming. Yeah, more of that team aspect, but yeah, comment if you want to see anything, any video recommendations. First time I'm asking this, but subscribe, because yeah, I want to try and do a bit more YouTube and build the channel a bit going into next year.
Nice.
See ya. Think I'm Pagacha. I've got the Pagacha shoes on. Yeah.